and welcome to the Farmfoods Scottish Par 3 Championship from the Paul Lawrie Golf Centre near Aberdeen. This is the third staging of the event, and the 9-hole Devonick course has never looked better. After a warm, wet start to the summer, the greens are receptive and the rough is up. 46 professionals representing the men's and ladies' European Tours, Euro Pro Tour, Seniors Stayshore Tour and the Tartan Tour, each playing alongside an amateur playing partner in a Pro-Am format. So how's our host looking forward to this year's event?
Well, it's nice to have a bit of sun because we've not had that much at this event. The golf course is in amazing condition. All the team here have worked extremely hard. Jon and the boys have done a great job with the course, and of course Marion and the Clarets team are keeping everyone fed and watered, which is brilliant. Get a few of the local corporates and amateurs here. It's always a good couple of days. I think the amateurs really enjoy being out there and having the support. I mean, Eric Herd at Farmfoods, for instance, has just been amazing for us. He comes on board stuff, he loves his golf. And James Watt at Brewdog as well, he's on board, the events that we do. So those two in particular, having them involved again this year, it just makes the tournament a huge success.
It was a case of survival on day one last year with strong winds, but it's all very different today.
If guys get some weather, they're going to shoot some birdies out here. But if you hit it offline, we've shown the last couple of years, if you hit it offline around here, it's not the easiest golf course in the world. But the condition of it, I think, will mean that scoring will be quite low this year, I would say.
So how's our host's form now that he's playing regularly on his debut season with the seniors?
The rookie on the range is strange. I've not been that for a long time, but no, I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's just nice to be back playing golf again. I had a long time where I wasn't just fit to do that, so it's what I've always done and it's what I want to do.
Paul's also continuing to support young golfers with his foundation and newly established management company 5 Star Sports.
Since we were here 12 months ago, when you think of Davy Law's, got his tour card, won on the European Tour, just to see someone who's came through the foundation since he was about 14, it's amazing to see someone flourish into the player and the man that he's became. And then obviously young Sam, I've got high hopes for Sam, this week alone. I mean, he's been playing some lovely golf and he's just a way to break through, in my opinion. And Hannah, it's great to have Hannah McCook on, and it's great to get some young players in about, help them a little bit along with their career and see how it goes.
As Paul mentioned there, it's been a remarkable 12 months for former foundation player David Law.
Everything's changed very quickly and it's all been great. My little girl Penelope was born in December. I got my card for the European Tour and now I've won on tour, so all good in my life just now.
So coming back here as a winner on the European Tour, does that make him the man to beat this year?
I love the place. This is where I practice and we play it all the time, but when we're out with the boys playing, I'm not normally the victor, so we'll see how the next couple of days go, but I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a great couple of days. One
man who does know how to win here, 2018 champion David Dixon. So what does he remember from last year?
The winning obviously was good and we had a lot of fun as well, so hoping to do the same this year, have a bit of fun and hopefully win. I mean, I play loads of pro-ams throughout the summer anyway. I enjoy it. It's a bit more of a relaxed environment and you still got to try obviously, but a little bit of banter and trying to help the Ammies along I enjoy it. It's good.
Once again, the field has a mixture of men and women, and back again is current British Women's PGA champion Dunblaine's Heather McRae. She's looking to go even better than her tied 7th finish last year.
The weather was a lot different last year. It was really windy, but it's just a fun tournament, I think, to play. I think when you're playing par 3s all the time, you just kind of try and hit it as close as you can, and it played really different to how it'll be today, I think.
Mixed field events are growing in popularity, and Heather has always embraced playing alongside the men, having previously qualified for the Tartan Tour's PGA Championship here in Scotland.
The PGA tournaments are open to men and women. The ladies tend to play a course, I think we get 10 to 14% shorter course. This one's fun because it's all par 3s, so we're all just off the same tees and it's just equal.
We start our day one coverage with Heather finishing off her opening round in style with a fantastic birdie at the last. Unfortunately though, it was a rare high point and a disappointing event for Heather, and she would not trouble the top of the leaderboard this year. So Jon Hawksworth, who was going well on the first day's play, and was the scoring as low as Paul predicted?
Well, it was certainly better than last year in those seriously blustery winds. David Law was looking to continue his good form. Fantastic shot with a lot of backspin. He was out with Sean Lawrie, Paul's nephew. He plies his trade on the Euro Pro Tour. So a great tee shot there. Little bit of breeze just down the hole. And as you would expect, the crowds are in to watch this now. Could they convert? Renowned as a very good putter. And there's evidence of it. So he holds his putt. As I say, has a reputation as being a good putter. David Law also has a birdie chance. See how still he stays over this leg's head. And Law also holds for birdie.
Reward for a couple of fine tee shots. And up to the 9th hole, Peter Whiteford at 4 over par. Former European Tour player, not playing regularly now due to injury, although shot a 65 in the opening round of last year's Scottish Open. Oh, and that's a fine approach, the closest to a hole-in-one on day one.
Lots of Tartan Tour representation here as usual, and this man has been dominating the Scottish scene for the last couple of years. Paul O'Hara, birdie at 1, looking to go low this week, but finishes the day 1 over.
Another well-known face in the world of Scottish golf is John Henry, a regular on the Euro Pro Tour. But did you know he also gives back to the pro game by running his own mini-tour here in Scotland? Big Johnson's Tour. Make of that name what you will. Anyway, he's 1 under after 18 holes.
Now, Kenneth Ferry made the trip to Aberdeen again this year, opening with a level par 54, and that could have been one better if he'd just given this putt a little bit more. Former winner, of course, on the European Tour. Unlucky there, Kenneth.
Former Scottish PGA champion Graham Fox had a nice steady start, a 1 under par 53 for him.
Last year's runner-up Stephen Gray made a bright start. 5 birdies mixed with 3 bogeys in his opening round. He would start day 2 at 2 under par. Of course, had a great duel with David Dixon and playing well again on these receptive greens.
So what about last year's winner? Well, he too would card 5 birdies and 3 bogeys to match that total of 2 under par at the halfway point. This was a fine tee shot at 7. His 5 birdies all came on the front 9.
Now, of course, there was a Pro-Am competition running as well, and some of the amateurs were performing magnificently. Stephen Boyle playing alongside Michael Stewart with this stunning birdie putt at 7. How about that? That'll cheer you up.
Ian Smith was Kenneth Ferry's partner, and he too was showing off with the putter. A great birdie on the second here. Flags left in here. John, are you a fan?
I've not quite got used to it yet, I've got to be honest. But you do have the choice nowadays, and many choose that option. Now, talk about getting into the spirit of the competition. James Watt at 8, playing with a very excited Greg Hutchin. He loves his beer. Of course, he's behind, oh dear, Brewdog beer. This might be the time to put the waterproofs on, and maybe the brolly up. Well, the good thing is he's getting nearer. Oh, my stars.
I think somebody should bring him a beer.
It's so hard to hit it out of the water. You've got to hit about 9 inches behind it. He is out of the water now. We might have to fill that pond up again later. Well, at least he's out. But that's what this golf course can do to you. Plenty of trouble everywhere.
Not the only person getting wet either. There was a very rainy spell in the middle of the day. Paul Lawrie's playing partner was foundation player Carmen Griffiths. And here on the 17th in the rain, but cutting through the water. That's a fine tee shot.
Well, she was out with a man known to many as Chippy. And when the cameras are there, he likes to remind us why. Great birdie here at 2. On his way to a 2 under 52. Oh, he's mustard around the greens. Absolutely mustard. Ignoring the wet conditions was Sean Lawrie. Here's Sean on 15. That putt was helping him to a 4-under total in his first round. Very much a Lawrie affair.
But leading the way was a young golfer who 12 months ago was an amateur working in Claret's restaurant here at the golf centre. Sam Lock won the silver medal at the Open Championship and under the guidance of Paul turned pro not long after. Here's a selection of his highlights from round 1. And here he is sinking a birdie putt on 18 to lead this year's Scottish Par 3 Championship by 2 shots at the halfway stage. 2 shots behind is Sean Lawrie, followed by a clutch of players on 2 under par, including last year's top 2, David Dixon and Stephen Gray, as well as our host for the week, Paul Lawrie. Join us after the break for more action at the Farmfoods Scottish Par 3 Championship.